welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lady in the Navy, and I'm back with another video for y'all. First, before I start this video, I want to tell you guys thank you guys so very much for every single subscription, for every single like, for every comment. You guys have been so supportive, and I just want to say thank you. And we are back with another video this Sunday, so you guys know what to do. To like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I am Lady in the Navy every single where, on TikTok, YouTube, and on Instagram. And as I tell you guys, my Instagram content is very different from my YouTube and my TikTok content. On Instagram, I share my workout, and I'm getting more into fitness. So without further ado, let's just get into the video, okay? So you guys, I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about the Asvab. A lot of people even inbox me about, how did you study for the Asvab? Like, what did you do? How did you get the score that you got? And just tips, you know. This was my technique in studying. Before we even go there, a backstory. I thought I took the Asvab twice, but in fact I didn't take the Asvab. I took the Pyat. So there's two tests, right? When you go to a recruiter and you tell them, hey, I'm interested in joining the military, they will tell you like, okay, you're interested. How are you with like the testing? Like, do you think you can take the test? So depending on where you are, they will tell you like, okay, let's get you in on the schedule to take a test, right? The test is called the Pyat. If a recruiter tells you that, hey, let me schedule you for the test to see where you are and where you need to brush up on, they're gonna let you take the Pyat. That is in their office, in a little room. No one can help you. They'll be on the other side watching you and try to like monitor you per se, and maybe it's just you, or maybe it's like a couple of you guys in there, but it's like a little cubicle, and you'll be here with a computer. Somebody else will be over there with a computer. They'll be taking the test. So it's like, it's kind of like that in a sense. Every office is different. That was my office. So the first time I took the Pyat, I took it with the Air Force because I wanted to join the Air Force, right? We got in for the test. I studied. I bought this big blue book. It's a picture of it. I bought this big blue book. It's called Asvab. It titled, I think, 2022 to 2024, something like that. The one that was on mine. Every year that comes up, they come out with a new version of this book. So what I did was I studied my ass off, you guys, and I put myself on a schedule, right? So taking it back to when we were going to school, and when you go to school, you would have math like from like 8 a.m. to like maybe like 10:30, 9:30, and then you'll have English, and then you have maybe like science or technology, or however your school would do it. I applied that to my studying because I also was going to school. I was going to work. After work, every single evening or night, I would set up an hour to like review and go and study and go over these things, right? I had to start from scratch, you guys. I really did. I wasn't going to school. I did not remember how to do math. I did not remember how to do the simplest of fractions. And I know a lot of you guys can relate. Like, going back to school after not being in school for like 6 years is very challenging, and it's not just me. I know it's not just me. A lot of us are in that like phase. So what I did was I started from scratch. I had the book, and of course I was looking at the book and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. this is a lot to go through. So I section it to make it easier on myself and my brain. So what I did was I started like, I did this tonight or like for an hour or 2 hours, and I did English the next day, and I would do like technology or English comprehension. And also what I want to mention to you guys is the math is it breaks up in like a couple different sections. So you have like the regular math, which is like multiplication, addition, you have fractions and all of that, and then you have like geometry, which is like you have like how to calculate the circumference and all of that. You guys, I had to take it back, all the way back, because I didn't remember. So what I'll do is I'll have the book with me, and this is just study tips, you guys. If it works for you, let me know in the comments. If it don't, let me know. So what I did, I would have my book and I would go on YouTube, and you guys, use YouTube as a tool for this, because YouTube helped me a lot. I would have my book and I would have YouTube. I have this friend, he's still my friend. I would ask him, because he was in the Air Force too, and I would ask him, I said, Jesse, what did you do, you know? And Jesse sent me like all these, he sent me like an app. I forgot the app. He sent me an app that it was an Asvab app where it tested your knowledge. Like it would give you like practice questions, how to do the problem, and it will break it down for you. I would go through the book and I would like literally like read everything, right? And I'll be like, okay, I don't understand this. So when I do that, I would be like, all right, let me go on YouTube and see how this works, right? So I would go on YouTube and I would find someone that is teaching how I understand, because that's another thing with teaching too. Not a lot of people understand how to teach and understand how to teach from scratch. I found me an instructor that taught how I understand. So I would go in and I would be like, okay, so this is how you do this, how to convert decimals, how to break the fractions up, how to turn the fractions in multiplication, how to switch them around, you know. And I would go back into the book and I would try a problem and solve the problem. And if I still didn't get it, I would go over to the book and I wouldn't move on to another subject until I understood how to do the problem, right? So when it comes on to the Asvab, you guys, another thing that is very important to you guys is, and what I've realized is, the arithmetic is what gets us all the time, and that weighs the most on the Asvab. If you can't do arithmetic, it will get you, okay? It will get you so bad. And for me, I had to take it all the way back. I remember I also knew this guy, and he was in school and he had to take it back for me, how to do BUMDAS. And I know he was so frustrated, but it was so rewarding when I actually got it for him. He was like, yeah, you got it. And that helped me so much. And then with him, and then going back and forth referencing to the videos, that helped me so much. So I would go in the book, get into a problem, and then I would go to a video and be like, okay, then how did you get that? How did you convert that? How did you do this? And they would break it down for me, and then I would understand, okay? When it comes on to English, I honestly prefer English over math, but understanding, reading, and comprehension gets me so much. So if you guys don't know, arithmetic weighs a lot on the Asvab, and also English, and word knowledge and paragraph comprehension. As it relates to paragraph comprehension, I remember this person on YouTube, they explained, they were like, hey, when you're taking the Asvab, you don't get a lot of time. So what you have to do is you have to scan through the paragraphs like super fast, read the title and read the ending. sentence. So you get an understanding of what the paragraph is talking about and just like how to solve the problem. And then you have word knowledge, right? As it relates to word knowledge, you guys, you have to go all the way back when it comes on to word knowledge. I used to go in the book, and when I go in the book, I would go to the videos and I would be like, okay, so how do I understand what these words mean? And then I remember watching this video, and the video would be like, okay, you have prefix, you have suffix, you have the synonyms. Guys, when I tell you, you have to take it all the way back, you have to take it all the way back and understand it from scratch. This is literally like going to school. I didn't want to get a bottom of the barrel job, and I wanted to be a corpsman. So because I wanted to be a corpsman, I wanted to get a good grade on my Asvab. I took it seriously, and this is what a lot of you struggle with, because a lot of times people hop in my DMs on Instagram and they be like, girl, I'm trying to pass this Asvab and I took the Pyat like 3 times and I just didn't get a good grade. And then how did you do it? And I would tell them, I would send them a lot of like the things that I've done and how I did it, and it would help them. You guys, you have to decide and commit to it. You have to be like, hey, I want this, and I'm willing to put in the time and the effort to actually learn. This is like taking yourself back to school, because there's a thing in the military, you pick your rate, you pick your fate, and it is a real thing. It is a real thing, because one, your job dictates your life in the military, how hard your life will be, how easy your life will be, the things that you do, like it changes the game, you know? So it's like, I understood that, and I was like, listen, I don't want just any job. I want to be a corpsman, and I know that I have to score above 36. So if I get 36 and above, that's good. So I had a target. My target was that. And I was like, okay, since I know that the Asvab is hard, it is hard, especially if you haven't been in school for a long time, I would be like, okay, since this is a challenge, I'm gonna commit and I'm gonna go for it. And that's what I did. I literally did that. I put in the time. You have to put in the time. You can't just be like, if you're not a scholar, or if you haven't just left from high school, or if you're older and you haven't been to school in a long time, you have to put the time in. You have to learn. Now we live in an age where you have a lot of tutors. You have a lot of people that they're on the internet. They will tell you like, hey, I have classes on TikTok. You have a lot of people that go live on TikTok that actually teaches you how to do these things. So you guys, you have to tap in. You have to tap in, because you pick your rate, you pick your fate. Okay? You do. So please, you have to. I'm just looking out for y'all. That's it. I'm just looking out for y'all. So that's what I would do. I made sure I got math down pat. I made sure I got English down pat. So that's the most of my grade on the Asvab. And then when I was growing up in Jamaica, I had my godfather he was a carpenter. So he used to use all these tools, and like my brothers and my dad. So I knew kind of like what some of the tools were, but still I went in the book and I still went over like the basics, like what a chisel is, what a wrench is, what just the basic knowledge, right? My focus point wasn't on that, because that's not a heavy hitter. It just count towards your grade, kind of. I don't know if I'm explaining that correct for you guys, but it kind of just count towards your grade. Also, when it comes on to like biology and stuff like that, those things just count to, like, for me, it count towards your grade. So for me, I just skimmed through it. I read through it. I made sure like I knew the basics, you know, like I knew the simple things. They would say it's like grade 9 level, but for some of us, that's still hard. That's still hard. So I literally went through and I sectioned everything. I sectioned math for this day, English for this day, biology for this day, the other parts of the book for this day, and I would study section by section by section by section, and I would go through and go over it and go over it and go over it, and I would reference the videos. I'm a visual learner. Also know what your learning style is. If you learn in a way where people talk to you, the videos will help you a lot. If you have to see it, the videos will also help you a lot, and then you go over with reading and understanding. So that's what I did. The books, these books are the books that I went through. So the first time when I took it, I scored a 51. The second time I took it, I scored a 51 again, and it was two different time. I think I took one like in 2021, and I took it the other time in, I think, 2024. I took it again, but in 2024 I was going through nursing school. It was kind of a little bit better for me because I had to take a test to actually get into nursing school, which kind of like refreshed my memory, and the book also helped me with taking that test, because the Asvab book, it went through like all of the phases of like learning everything from scratch. I had to read that book over again to go and take that test, right? English, reading and comprehension, word knowledge. Understanding the prefix and the suffix and what a word mean will help you a lot when it comes on to the Asvab. I had to go back and learn everything. So I was telling you guys at the beginning that I took the test 2 times, right? And I took it twice because, as I was telling you guys, when you go inside the recruiter office and they tell you to take the test in their office, it's not the final test. It's called a Pyat, right? So whatever score you got on the Pyat, they will take you to MEPS, and you have to take a shorter test to just acknowledge that you were the person that took the test from the beginning. It's not as long as the first test, but it just, if your answers are the same as what you did on the Pyat, it would say, okay, you're the one that took the test and nobody helped you. You get what I'm saying? So it's like a verification that, okay, you were the one that took the test before, right? So when I took the test in 2021, recruiter that I took the test with, he was very mean to me, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna join. I had 2 options: either I'm gonna join the military or I'm gonna move to Atlanta. And then when he was being mean to me, I was like, you know what, maybe this is my sign to move to Atlanta. And then I went to Atlanta. Things just wasn't working out, and I was like, I need a break. I need someone to send me to school because I cannot afford school. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and walk into a recruiting office. You guys, if you guys don't know that story, I have a video. Go back and watch my video of, like, I was explaining to you guys, my friend told me that, hey, I joined the military, and I was like, you know, I took the test already, and she was like, yeah, it lasts for 2 years, so you can just go in, you know. And I was like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. But when I went to the office, they informed me like, no, you did not take the Asvab, you took the Pyat. And when you actually take the Pyat, it lasts for like 3 months if you don't go into MEPS and actually verify, it expires, right? And remember, I had stopped, so I had to go in again and study again and pass the test again, right? Which is why I took it the second time. At this point, I had gave my friend my book because she said she was going to join the military. So I gave her the book, and I was like, okay, since I did that, I have to buy a new book. So I bought this book. And when I bought this book, it was Asvab for Dummies, and I had to go over it again. And when I did, as I said, I had took the entrance exam for the nursing school, so my brain was kind of like fresh and like ready for it again. It helped me a little bit when it comes on to like refreshing my memory. So I got in, and I did the same thing after work every single evening, and after school every single evening. I would go in that book and I would section it. I would go through the book and I would be like, okay, I understand how to convert this, I understand how to do this, I understand how to do that, so let's move on to another section. Do not move on until you understand, because when you're in that test, you have no one. You don't have, I don't know if it's the same thing now, where you only, I don't think you even get a calculator. You have to do everything manually. So what I did, I remember someone had told me like how to make your timetable on a piece of paper, and I literally did that. I did 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, and I would just multiply everything across until I reached 12. I took like 5 minutes to just made my timetable. So like when I'm doing the test, I knew like, okay, this and this, this and this, this and this, this and this is what gets this. So I'm not manually doing everything, you know? So after I did that, I went through and I still got the same score I got when I did the Pyat. It's crazy. But 2-3 years later, I still got the same score. I can only tell you guys that this takes time. It takes time. You have to be committed. You have to understand that if you have been out of school for a while, it will take a while to get back into it. Some of us, our brains work different, and for some of us, muscle memory doesn't click like that. Some of us, we have to go over and over and over, and then muscle memory kicks in, and you have to do that. Commit to it, because when you pick your rate, you pick your fate. I am a dental assistant, and when I took the Pyat, when I took the Asvab and I went into the Navy, I was like, listen, I don't want any other job other than being a corpsman. When I went to MEPS, the lady, she was like, this is all that we have. We have dental assistant available. And I was like, okay, I'll take it, you know? And then when I got online, I realized everyone hated us, but everyone hated us because our job was just easier. Like, we don't have the long nights, we don't have those type of shifts. Our shifts are literally like a 9 to 5, and we get in, we get out. You get what I'm saying? It is tedious, it is, but it's easy, and that's what we're here for. We're here for an easy life. I'm not gonna lie to you. We are here for an easy life. So I did that, and then when I'm in course school, now I'm still in course school, I realized that I could get dental lab, and I got dental lab, which is even way better. Like, I'm able to like have a side hustle out of my regular day-to-day job. Like, one of my instructors, she was telling me, she was like, hey, like, I make a denture, like one denture for like $250, and if I make 5 denture for the week, do the math. Okay, so you guys do understand that when you join the military, you're not joining the military to just be regular. You're joining the military because it's your ground, it's your foundation. And if you don't build that foundation very strong, it will break, and you will find yourself just being all over the place. And that's something that I am setting for myself. I'm setting my foundation. And I started setting my foundation the moment I took my Asvab. I told myself, I just don't want any job. And I'm not shitting on the jobs, some of the jobs in the military. I just know what I want for myself. I want to be able to commit to something that will benefit me. When I leave the military, I can have something to look forward to. Right now, I have over 35 college credits, and I've just been in school for like 6 months. I have over 35 college credits, right? And I've had friends that they have no college credits, and they've done the same thing, or they have maybe like 2 college credits, right? So you guys know what you're doing. If you don't set your foundation, you will feel it. It will hurt. Okay, and you have to be like re-rating and be doing all of these things when you could have been far on, you know? So I hope this helps. If you guys want more in-depth video on like how, and I can like maybe like break it down a little bit more, I'll go over my notes and go back over like more stuff that I did, and like I'll do a video on like the YouTubers that I watched and stuff like that, because they're still in my history, and I'll tell you guys who to listen to and what to listen to. But you guys, it's not as hard as you think, as long as you put in the work. Nothing comes easy, but if you put in the work, you can achieve your goal. And if you just set aside the time that we take to watch a Netflix movie, to our TV show, to scroll on Instagram and TikTok, and to just do all these things, you can do it. You can set the time aside to pass your Asvab and make a good grade. It is possible. I hope this helps. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Bye, guys.